often when you have some failure, there's some result that you didn't expect that turns out to be quite satisfying. Fluorosonic is a permanent audio installation started in 2001 by the Experimental Sound Studio, and it has always taken place in this room, the Fern Room at the Lincoln Park Conservatory. This is the first time anything I've ever written has been translated into another language, and above all else, I think that's been the real success of this adventure, called Half Steps Are Okay. It doesn't translate particularly well into Spanish because you lose the musical joke, or at least musical acknowledgement of the idea of a half step. It's a whole bunch of different things. For example, right now we're hearing two bits. One is this percussive thing, and that was recorded by me using a number of wooden spoons on my bicycle and pedaling the bicycle. And then this organ sound was something I found. Keep this just between us, but I was working on a mix of a band from Montreal, and they had one organ track that they didn't use, and there was a small part of it that I sampled and then sort of used it. I mean, I guess I should probably tell them now, but it was a very nice organ. I think there's an interesting relationship between those three things. The sort of organic environment of the ferns, the technological environment, which is the piece that's playing in the space, and then the physical presence of people being here. And I think they all come together in an interesting way and could be an interesting experience to isolate those, or no, not isolate them, to combine them and then experience them in a different environment. Again, recontextualize them, but sort of capture them to see if that's possible.
Bon, on se rappelle un peu plus tard, comme ça, un peu plus tranquille. Je t'embrasse. Au revoir.
When we were setting up, I think there were birds hiding in here that heard the birds on the recording and then started trying to call at them. And it became this strange game of trying to figure out which birds were mine, as in which birds were recorded and which birds were in the space. Even now, I can't be entirely sure. That one, that's mine. I think they're all mine right now. Plants are very forgiving. They filter the sounds in such a way that there's very little fuzz. Everything sort of sounds warm. It would be very difficult to do a sinister sounding piece in this place. There's the sort of philosophical idea of half steps, and then there's the obvious musical half step thing that happens sometimes, like now. And the fact that I conceive the piece in two parts lends itself to the idea of half steps. So if ever you need your mind to be, or your soul to be soothed and your mind to be, forget it. I said that wrong. Thanks.